0.85 centigrade. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Distinguished guests, fellow climate action advocates, eco warriors, and sustainability champions, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome from Malaysia to all the delegates, exhibitors, conference speakers, participants, and visitors. Thank you for being with us in this 11th edition of International Greentech and Eco Product Exhibition and Conference Malaysia, IGEM, the very first virtual edition of the event. None of us would have predicted that the whole world would come to a grinding standstill. Going virtual has become a new norm in organizing IGEM 2020, conducting businesses, running the economy, and governing the country to a certain extent. I'm very proud that in a short time, the Malaysian Ministry of Environment and Water, CASA, along with the Malaysian Green Technology and Climate Change Center, MGTC, have put together a grand virtual exhibition and conferences at IGEM 2020. I trust you will make the most of it in terms of growing your businesses, gaining insights, and establishing new connections. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know that I am an ardent optimist. I've always been one and shall always remain as one. And yet I cannot help but address the grim current reality that we all face, the hammering effect of COVID-19 in every aspect of life. It is hard to find positives among the wreckage of COVID-19, but as an optimist, I'm sure there is a silver lining. Lockdowns across the world made us reflect, made us think, and we started to realize that we need to change our ways. We need to rethink our relationship with the planet, and we need to build back better. And due to all of us being at home, we also noticed we had better air quality, and Mother Earth has time to reinvigorate. But this was short-lived, as we went back to our old ways once the lockdowns were lifted. But the lesson is, there is a promising path of green recovery as we wade through this pandemic. COVID-19 and climate change, the twin Cs, are proving to be the twin engines for concerns and despairs. Both are global common threats that require a common global solution. Just as we need a vaccine for COVID-19, climate change requires urgent solutions that can't wait for a generation. The impact of climate change is global in scope and unprecedented in various economic scales, from shifting weather patterns that threaten food production to rapidly rising sea levels that increase the risk of catastrophic flooding. Without drastic action now, adapting to these impacts in the future will be more difficult and even more expensive. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the IPCC, in its fifth assessment report highlighted that from 1880 to 2012, the average global temperature has increased by 0.85 centigrade. And recent projections have shown that the planet is warmer by 1 centigrade compared to pre-industrial levels, and the temperature is continuing to go up. And this will see a huge impact on our climate, food security, health and biodiversity, as well as causing disruptive mass migration. We are racing against time in our war to prevent a climate crisis. Ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia sets long-term development plans in every 5 years, and 2020 marks the final phase of our 11th Malaysia Plan for the period 2016 to 2020. As part of the 11th Malaysia Plan, the strategy of enhancing environmental sustainability through green growth agenda has been an important catalyst for sustainable development. The COVID-19 challenges us to build resilience as we wade through this pandemic, and the road ahead has to be on a green recovery pathway. Malaysia, just like all other countries, needs to rethink about our development agenda. The pandemic is a wake-up call for the world. Sustainable development and green technology need to play a vital role in driving the economy. The green recovery approach will not only spur the economy and social well-being, but will also drive the nation's development trajectory on a low-carbon and climate resilience pathway. In this context, the Perikatan Nasional Government of Malaysia has taken quick and responsive actions to address the pandemic and its socio-economic implications. I have announced socio-economic recovery plans, namely Prihatin, Rakyat Economic Stimulus Package amounting to ringgit 260 billion, and Perdana, a short-term economy recovery plan amounting to 35 billion ringgit Malaysia for the rakyat and industries, and especially small and medium-scale enterprises, to assist them to face the challenges of the pandemic. Malaysia, as a country blessed with rich natural resources, be one of the 12 mega biodiverse countries in the world, and with a head start in green technology, should leverage on this for a stronger green recovery agenda. In our budget 2021, there will be a special focus on sustainability agenda, and we will make a very important announcement in this regard. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Environment and Water, CASA, is currently spearheading the environmental sustainability roadmap in Malaysia towards sustainable development. And this document has clear targets and indicators towards a green and sustainable pathway from 2020 to 2030. I would like to congratulate the Ministry for this effort, which takes into account planetary health approaches, as these will go far and beyond in addressing symptomatic environmental issues and challenges. The Green Technology Master Plan, the GTMP, strategically outlines approaches up to the year 2020 for green technology development to create a new or low carbon and resource efficient economy. The success of the plan draws upon effective collaborations across various sectors to maximize its collective potential benefits. Malaysia is also taking steps to move toward a circular economy, which covers a wide range of elements in managing end-of-life impact of products. To enable a circular economy to be effective, we need the industries to embrace extended producer responsibility, the EPR, which will significantly contribute towards an environmentally sustainable business strategies. We have also galvanized several cities in Malaysia to set a low-carbon vision and develop a low-carbon action plan. A total of 52 local authorities are now part of the Low-Carbon City Framework Program, which encourages strategies and actions to reduce carbon emissions. The impact of climate change on water resources alter the availability, quantity and quality of water supply cycle while contributing to extreme weather causing long drought and extreme flood disaster. This will affect the capacity to meet water demand and the implementation of water infrastructure projects. As a way forward, the government has planned to explore other alternatives or unconventional water resources such as groundwater abstraction, rainwater harvesting, or even stormwater harvesting using off-river storages and coastal reservoirs. Malaysia strives to ensure that the country's water resources will be managed sustainably. Water must be treated with respect. And all these will contribute to the overall achievement of national KPI of 99% water supply coverage, 80% connected sewerage services, and national target of 25% in reducing non-revenue water by 2030. On the environmental conservation side, Malaysia boasts 55.3% of total land area covered with forests and placed under various forms of protection to fulfill our pledge of the Earth Summit 1992 in assuring that at least 50% of the land remains under forest and tree cover. We have established 63 marine protected areas covering over 15,000 square kilometers, which is about 3.27% of the coastal and marine areas. On the financial sector, currently our central bank, the Bank Negara Malaysia, is finalizing a climate change and principle-based taxonomy to have aligned understanding and assessments of risk by providing a common language to categorize economic activities based on the impacts on climate change. As we acknowledge the Ministry's of Health's efforts in combating COVID-19, we also recognize the milestone achieved by the Ministry in sustainable development. The Ministry has implemented various initiatives to achieve a green building status, which also provides for sustainable healthcare facilities. And the Ministry was recently awarded a gold rating for leadership in energy and environmental design for operations and maintenance for its hospital, Sultanah Malihah in Langkawi. The prestigious award conferred by the US Green Building Council makes this facility Malaysia's only US GBC LEED version 4 certified government building. I'm pleased to share that it is the only such gold-rated building in Malaysia and the only hospital to have received this rating in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, as an optimist, I said earlier we are daunted by the twin C's, COVID-19 and climate change. But I will introduce another set of twin C's, courage and change. We can face these challenging times with courage and make the change we want. The time is now. Join us in energizing sustainability at IGEM 2020 for a better tomorrow. With this, it gives me great honor to officially declare the first ever virtual IGEM 2020 open. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Afternoon and evening to everyone joining us at IGEM 2020 today. You are the spark for climate action, and I applaud the Malaysian Ministry of Environment and Water for setting up this wonderful online facility. In recent months, I have noticed a fatigue in attending events online, but this virtual exhibition centre is truly special, and I encourage you to tell friends and colleagues to come and visit. I remember being blown away by IGEM in 2010 and being welcomed by a performance of Tumbo Kalam from my home state. And today, IGEM could be a fantastic platform to grow our community of climate action advocates. I was therefore humbled and honoured to accept their invitation to become the royal patron for this year's event. As you all know, we are today faced with an unprecedented, unsettling and unrelenting combination of climate and public health crises. As the experience of several countries has already shown, we cannot afford to ignore these problems or simply hope that they will go away. We must recognise these problems and we must take up the mantle to solve them. Ladies and gentlemen, not all of us are scientists or engineers or climatologists, but we can still do our part to make things better. In this regard, I am lucky to be involved in a myriad of different organisations here in Malaysia, each staffed by adaptive and innovative teams. It's amazing to see how charities have adapted to continue protecting the vulnerable, combining the power of social media and supply chains to identify needs and deliver supplies. And although there are inevitable teething problems, teachers and children have adapted to online learning. The musical organisations I'm patron of have found ways to collaborate across the globe. And even in the world of sport, competition between athletes is still possible with ingenious challenges that can be done at home. Through the public companies of which I'm a director, I've seen how environmental concerns have become a key priority for many stakeholders and have positively impacted how we do business. And for think tanks like mine, navigating the disruption to politics, bureaucracy and public policy has never been more challenging, and yet it has never been more necessary. And although many conceive the pain in the short term, lasting solutions can only come with long-term strategies, in line with IGEM 2020's theme of energising sustainability. And this is why we must grow our circle of influence and nurture a stronger community of climate advocates across the globe. And indeed, today, we have the opportunity to meet thousands of climate advocates, green innovators and entrepreneurs through this splendid online platform. But let's not forget the many other ways in which technology is a great enabler. I have already mentioned how underprivileged communities have benefited from social media efforts collaborating with online businesses. But from e-shopping to algorithms that increase logistical efficiency, technology is enabling the digital economy to revive the overall global economy. In addition, just as technology is enabling faster detection and treatment of COVID-19, there are manifold technologies that are being rolled out to mitigate climate change. Some of these intriguing applications include reducing carbon dioxide emissions with the help of direct air capture technology, which uses gigantic vacuum cleaners to remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, sequestering it underground, and in some cases, supplying it back to specific industries like fertilizer for farmers or carbonation for fizzy drinks manufacturers. We even have photovoltaic-like panels called bionic leaves, that use sunlight to grow microscopic plants in high concentrations within arid and infertile ground. These tiny plants, in turn, produce healthy food ingredients while generating oxygen and sequestering high amounts of carbon dioxide. Crossing regional geographies, energy storage is taken to the next stage with interconnectors, which are power lines that not only move energy across long distances between expansive power grids, but also store excess energy for later use, employing lithium-ion batteries. The application of these interconnectors is expected to grow tenfold by 2024. The teams behind these climate action innovations and countless others are working around the clock for a better chance to save our planet. I'm excited to see some of these inventions being showcased at Malaysia's Pavilion at the Expo 2020 in Dubai. Ladies and gentlemen, among us are innovators, developers, financiers, enforcers, and consumers. Whichever part of the climate action spectrum we may find ourselves in, we can find something that we can do right now to upgrade our contribution to the cause, to find a larger goal that we can anchor around. If you already have an innovative product in the market, consider marketing it to more countries. Or think of the compounding impact if you could extend the product's application to other industries. If you're teaching on Zoom, have you tried other platforms that optimize your social media assets? If you've been recycling and reusing previously, how can you encourage more to follow suit? It is my hope that pushing the boundaries literally and metaphorically will create a beautiful butterfly effect beyond IGEM, beyond Malaysia, and beyond 2020. We humans are very adaptable. Today's new reality has challenged us to create new opportunities, new platforms, and new industries. I sincerely hope that IGEM 2020 will succeed in incubating a climate action community in this new paradigm, with its hundreds of exhibitors, scores of conferences, speakers, and business matching programs. I am eager to explore all the innovation and inventiveness that IGEM 2020 has lined up for us. My heartfelt gratitude to all of you who are online with us. Special thanks to the Ministry of Environment and Water, as well as to the Malaysian Greentech Technology and Climate Change Centre for leading the way in energizing sustainability. Please invite your business teams, family, and friends to join us over the next 5 days in this sustainability journey. Thank you.
Yang Amat Mulia Tunku Zain Al-Abidin Ibni Tuanku Mukhris, patron of IGEM 2020, Yang Amat Berhormat Tan Sri Datuk Haji Muhyiddin bin Haji Yassin, Prime Minister of Malaysia, Yang Berhormat Datuk Sri Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man, Minister of Environment and Water, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to everyone. It is a pleasure to be speaking at the International Greentech and Eco Products Exhibition and Conference Malaysia 2020. My appreciation and thank you to the Ministry of Environment and Water of Malaysia for the opportunity to deliver the keynote address. Ladies and gentlemen, the impact of COVID-19, as we now have painfully seen, continues to affect and disrupt our daily lives, our businesses, and the economy at large. However, as I speak to you today, I am encouraged to see that these uncertainties have not deterred all of us from convening, albeit virtually, to co-create and step up our actions to achieve our collective aspiration for a greener and cleaner world. Despite the challenges and limitations posed by the pandemic, IGEM has successfully created a virtual space that is expected to attract around 10,000 participants from across 17 countries. With the theme Energizing Sustainability, it is truly apt for the reality that we face today, and I am honored by the opportunity for Petronas to be the platinum sponsor of IGEM 2020. Allow me to begin with the state of the industry. The COVID-19 pandemic, which caught the world by surprise earlier this year, has brought economic activities to a standstill, with more than 4 billion people under lockdown in April. According to the International Energy Agency, or IEA, the world energy demand will in fact fall by 6%